Hello friends, Bihar is going to be a watershed election. It is the first election in the Hindi heartland, underline the word heartland viewers, after the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. As you know, in the Hindi heartland, the NDA, in particular the BJP, suffered a setback which deprived it of a majority on its own in parliament. In 2020, Bihar was a cliffhanger election. Of the almost 7.5 crore voters that showed up, only 12,000 votes separated the NDA from the Mahagathbandhan. It was a wafer-thin majority. In fact, as far as vote share goes, they were almost at par. There was only a 0.2% difference between the two alliances. This particular election is going to be closely watched because the NDA will want to project some degree of resurgence in the Hindi heartland. And through that, it will want to communicate strength. Let's speak to one of India's top pollsters, Pradeep Gupta of Axis My India, to find out from him, and this is my first question, is this election that is going to take place in Bihar as tight, according to you, as the 2020 verdict? Gupta ji.
Thank you, Rahul, for having me here. Now, you mentioned about 2020 election. See, let me tell you, though both the Gathbandhan, NDA and Mahagathbandhan secured 37% vote each.
Yeah.
But the difference then and now is that LJP contested separately in that election, and that too, they placed all the candidates against the JDU, not against the BJP, and that dented 33 seats on account of JDU. Had there been a alliance of LJP, also part of alliance, the LJP, NDA would have secured 158 seats instead of 125 they secured last time, and Mahagathbandhan secured 110 seats, and the majority mark is 122 seats. So this is the difference then and now. And Sahani VIP party contested in alliance with NDA. This time they are contesting in alliance with Mahagathbandhan. So this is the basic difference then and now.
So
now
are you
coming to the
are you saying that now that Mr. Paswan is back, the NDA looks like a stronger force? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, on the paper, if you see in that sense, yes, it is the case. But each and every election has a different dynamics altogether. People vote based on their needs, their expectations, and they see and evaluate very thoroughly, because my firm belief is that 100 vote caste, 80% life is directly or indirectly impact basis the government of the day. So they elect and select leader or party very carefully. So while costing vote this time, they will have to see what is there, what kind of, I always say that Vade, Dave and Irade. Vade is something the challenger will post forward. If they are elected, these are the promises they are making. And Dave is something the incumbent government pushed forward. This is what we have done, and this is the reason why just before 1 month before the election, NDA government has sent 10,000 rupees in the accounts of women, and that to 1 crore 40 lakhs women out of total in the state about 3.5 crore. 1 crore 40 lakhs is a substantial number. So this is all these things people will see to it, and the future, particularly 5 years, they have to deal with this state government. So this is what is important at this point of time.
Okay, so let me ask you, have you made any projections of your own?
No. So Rahul, At Access My India, we never ever come out any kind of projections as far as the number of seats, or for that matter, what would be the likely outcome. At Access My India, we always come out with the exit poll numbers, which will happen only after the second phase of polling is concluded, which is on the 11th of November.
Okay, so let me ask you, because this time many people are calling this a triangular fight with PK also in the mix. Do you believe that PK is a factor, or is 2025 now just a two-way contest between the MGB and the NDA?
See, for that matter, any party which is a new party historically, it takes 10 to 15 years to be a graduate. When you start as a standard one student, to graduate, it required 15 years, 12 plus 3 years to be precise. I don't think in the first time he will have the decisive mandate in his favor. I mean, that much I can tell you. But they may tend the prospect of this or the other Gathbandhan, that is for sure. Whatever vote they secure, the question is where they are coming from. Whether from the NDA fold or whether from the Mahagathbandhan, whatever vote they secured are likely to secure by the Prashant Kishore party. This is something interesting to see. And when you see the Prashant Kishore in particularly, the three demography, the majorly in case of Bihar, the decision is based on these three demography, which is caste. You like it or don't like it, 80 to 90% of the Bihar vote bases their caste. That's number one. So the representation or the impact of caste is 80 to 90%. The second is the female voter. Though there are 50% female voter, but when it comes to Bihar, the voter turnout, the 100 vote caste, 55 belongs to female or woman and 45 belongs to the male. 10 percentage points is a substantial gap. And this is the precisely reason why NDA could secure the victory last time. Because by and large, we have seen, except the Delhi election recently concluded, 2025 Delhi Assembly election, where female voted little more to the up, but still BJP could win the election. This is the exception. Otherwise, NDA has always been the larger beneficiary of women. The third thing, when it comes to the impact, the youth in Bihar, 25% is in the age group of 18 to 30 year of age. That is where the Prashant Kishore is eyeing this thing, because youth want change. They want rapid, fast change. They go for something newness. And Tejashwi is also eyeing the same constituency of youth. NDA for female, youth for largely Tejashwi and this. And third thing is the caste, because Prashant Kishore himself is belonging of the Pandey, which is the upper caste, you can say that. But upper caste, though he is belonging to the upper caste, but upper caste vote share in the total 100 is the lowest one after the MY and EBCs and Dalit and the OBCs. Now this is where we can see as far as the dynamics of the Prashant Kishore is concerned.
Okay, so let me ask you, because many people have said that Nitish is the weakest link, he's at his weakest now. Is this weakness overhyped?
Not a single % doubt in anybody's mind. After 20 years of rule as a chief minister continuously, barring few, 15 months of Manji, 20 years is a too big a time. I mean, obvious fatigues will come in the way. But the question is, if not Nitish, then who? What is the alternate before the people? We have seen very clearly in Hindi Patti, I am talking about the entire country, in Hindi Patti in particular, Bihar has never witnessed the rule of BJP. Whereas in last 10 to 15 years, all the states, Hindi Patti particularly, has witnessed the rule of BJP. Even to that extent, Odisha, non-Hindi speaking, Assam, and so 2-3 northeastern states has seen the BJP rule. So there is a larger section of the society, they want to see BJP also in Bihar. And after BJP, there is a Tejashwi and then Prashant Ki. So these are the alternate available before the people when they go and vote, pass the vote.
So tell me, if no one has tried or tested the BJP, is there a curiosity? Like in Delhi, the plank was, look, you have tried everybody for 15, 20 years, 25 years, you haven't given us a chance. Do you think this will click in Bihar?
I mean, definitely with certain section of the voters, definitely it is going to, not a single % doubt onto this, but that certain section is exceeding the other side, that is something needs to be seen. And Prime Minister Modi is there, people definitely resonate. I mean, among all the leaders available at this point of time on the card, Pradhan Mantri score way higher than any other leader as on today.
But Pradeep Gupta, my last and final question to you. Do you think that the Jungle Raj campaign that has been run will haunt Tejashwi?
I think I am not too sure about the Jungle Raj campaign, because people generally, in general, we are all human beings, vote based on the present and the future. For the future 5 years, they are voting. And demographic shift has been taken substantially in last 20 years or 25 years for sure. Not a single % doubt onto that. But there are so many other good things from the NDA, you know, which may score much more than the Jungle Raj card of NDA particularly. I believe there is enough and substantial for the voter of the NDA and the BJP to vote for the in favor of BJP. They are trying to avoid any kind of possible shift from this side to other side. I mean, this is what something they are trying to. But still, I would say the positive and the future prospect will carry a lot more weight than the Jungle Raj.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta, very much for your time and putting this into perspective. It's going to be exciting. Hope to see you on result day. Thank you very much.